The journey to maturity is never easy in flesh and also in the realm of the spirit. Now, to become mature in Christ really asks one specific thing of us, and it's going to ask us to trust God. Trusting God even if things don't make sense at all. Now, you can trust God for your own way, or you can trust God for God's way. I read in Exodus 15 verse 22, when Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and after that they went into the desert. So for 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. I'm not sure if you can imagine yourself traveling 3 days in the desert without any water. I still remember day 0 in South Africa when they said, day 0, there's going to be no more water. So now day 0 arrived for them, and they went 3 days without any water, and they were in the desert. No trees, no shade. So when they came to this place called Mara, they could not even drink the water. So there were water, but they couldn't drink it because the water was bitter. And that's why still this day, that place is called Mara, meaning bitter. So people grumbled against Moses, and I'm pretty sure against God as well. And they would say something to Moses like, where's your God? Why didn't God came through for us? You said we can pray to God and he will just produce. And then they said, so what are we supposed to drink? So Moses cried out to the Lord, and then the Lord just pushed him a little bit more into maturity. And God showed him a piece of wood. He took the wood and he threw it in the water. And with that step, the water, the bitter situation became sweet. When we invite Christ and what he asks us to do in our bitterness, the situation became sweet. God makes everything beautiful in his time. First, it was bitter, with rebellion, with anger. I wanted my way. It was bitter water. But as they obeyed what God showed them to do, God's way, even the bitter became sweet. I've seen that a lot of times in my life. And you know what? We constantly gonna face and taste bitter water. We're gonna be confronted daily with the bitterness of our heart. Daily, we need to deal with that. And as we obey God's voice, what to do with the bitterness and forgiveness, and do what God asks us to do, even the worst, bitter, painful situation can become sweet. The Lord made a decree for them, and there he tested them. Yes, sometimes it's tests. Sometimes it's just God. Through the bitter, it's not always God's fault. It's not his fault that the water is bitter. It's normally our fault, or it's something deeper. I don't know. I can't say this is the reason or that is the reason. Who knows? But when you invite Christ in the situation, he always turns it around. He is the one who makes it sweet. Psalm 31 verse 14 says, but I trust in you, O Lord. You are my God. Not if you can see something or not see something. Just trust in God. Just trust in God that he makes everything beautiful in his time. There are many things in my life that I don't understand. There's many things in my life that I taste daily that's really bitter. But I know the answer by now. Allow God to enter in that. If he says put in the wood and the water, do that. If he says forgive, do that. If he says accept, do that. because that will make the water sweet. Doesn't matter how bitter it is to you today. I want to encourage you today to trust God in all circumstances, not only in the good ones, but also those painful ones. Those ones that you really don't understand. Those ones that you think, I don't deserve this. Trust God. Don't let go of His hand. Don't let go of His hand. He is the one that makes the water sweet. Invite Him in right there where you are right now. Lord, I invite you in this situation. Lord, I don't understand today. I don't understand. Maybe I rebelled, or maybe I did things my way. Forgive me, Lord. I don't want to argue about this anymore. I want to trust you. I want to trust you. It's a wonderful, wonderful gift that He gave us to trust Him and not our own ways. This is something that me and you should take today and ask Him to make the bitter sweet. I bless you, my dear friend. God's will, we'll speak again.